Hello and welcome back to another daily analysis. My name is Adam Stone. Some call me the General, some have called me worse names, but I'll deal with that. I do work for the fantastic trading platform GOptions.com. That is the world's best binary options platform. And if you don't agree with me, there's the door. Moving forwards into today, we've got a quick couple of points from me as usual, along with some hot picks and some info at the end. I'm going to crack straight through into today's massive motion and hopefully give you some ideas to take your opinion into the market, make some trades and of course crack out some profit. Looking at oil prices, they've been quite static throughout the early Asian hours this morning throughout Singapore. Of course, the Syria focus in the news is keeping everyone pretty stressed out. US and Russia really locking heads in terms of what's going on with the chemical weapon handover. I'm being reminded far too much of the situation that we faced in Iraq not too many years ago, and I really think moving forwards, if we do not go to war, I mean obviously I'm really not gunning for it, but if a war is started, then of course the price is going to skyrocket for oil. As long as an oil war doesn't begin again, we should see the price of oil actually coming down, and that's actually to do with some correlation throughout some of the other commodities, and I'll come back to that later. But Libyan oil production, just as an example, is a fundamental indicator that oil prices should be dropping. Purely, they're the world's largest third oil exporter, and their exportation of crude oil, Libya that is, has plunged almost to non-existent levels. So my real feeling is from the beginning of next week, or at least throughout the late session of US Today, you really should be betting that oil is going to come down, at least until the time that Mr. Hold Me Back Obama is actually going to do something about it. Moving forward into Apple stock, we commented on this the last few days. Obviously they've launched their new phone, and what a piece of trash that really looks like it is. If any of you ever bought those shoes, the Crocs with holes in, first of all, definitely a fashion faux pas, but second of all, what a cheap, crappy phone to bring out. But oh my god, is it anything but cheap? It's almost as expensive as a house. As that really is the case, you know, the market themselves and all of us together, I think we really just said big thumbs down. Apple stock plunged off the cliff. But I tell you something, there is an upside to the Apple stock price, so do not sell it off too quick if you're on long to Apple, and that is the China mobile deal. China Mobile really owns the entire Chinese market. Apple so far is not allowed in the Chinese market. If they get this China Mobile deal through, they will win the world, let alone win the internet. The price will go to astronomically high levels. But until that merger goes through, I think the price of Apple is going to continue to fall, purely because, you know, expectations of the new set of phones were so high. The price range for those phones was so off, and the delivery of that product was really just not met with a great amount of enthusiasm. To the last point of the day, I had a fantastic comment, or albeit a short comment, from a guy called on YouTube yesterday. He asked me, do I have any info on gold? Well, believe it or not, it's not just my golden skin that I've got info on. I do actually follow gold very closely, as I do with oil. As I said before with oil, the commodity prices do correlate with each other in opposite directions. Watch oil price go up, gold price comes down. Oil price goes down, gold price comes up. In terms of fundamental technical reasons for that, there's a million and one ways I can try and describe it to you, but I can tell you this: gold for the last few days has been plunging in price, and that's quite surprising to me really, but not so surprising because of the recent gains on oil. Now that we feel that oil is about to back off, okay, I really think that gold's going to start to recover from the beginning of next week. Not to mention the fact that we are almost in late September mode. We're coming up to the festive holiday season. We're coming up to the physical gold buying season. We're coming up to the wedding season. This is the time of year where emerging markets such as South America, India, Indonesia, and different parts of that world are actually buying the most amount of physical gold throughout the entire portion of the yearly calendar. This is the time, or at least from the beginning of Monday, to try and follow that gold trend, further upwards. And in terms of how to attack it with binary, there are some beautiful ways to do that. You can hit with the gold pairs, so you can do gold versus euro. You can do the one touch over the weekend, actually take up to 500% profit for the long-term weekly view. Awesome pick from me would be to go for a weekly trade with gold, and, you know, roll the dice on the fact that that trend is going to establish itself once you've got an opinion. Get yourself some massive profit. On the other hand, you know, I'd say hourly expiries to end of day expiries would do you very well. Get up nice and early, hit it from the morning, or at least from the beginning of the US, Europe or Asian session, and you should do well. Moving forward to the quick hot picks of the day, looking at the Dow and Nasdaq and S&P recovering from a loss and losing term and losing market movement yesterday. They were coming off a 7-day streak of wins, so I'm not too surprised that they fell off ever so slightly. And actually watching some of the major US stocks tells me that these indices will be picking up throughout the rest of today. So if anyone out there has got an interest in Dow, in the Nasdaq or the S&P 500, the general stone opinion is that it's coming back up in price. Oil, as we said, I really do expect to start falling off from next week, bar another world war, and gold, exactly the same dramatic appeal. I do expect it to come up in price from next week, as long as there is no massive war anytime soon. Yesterday I spoke to you guys about diversifying your revenue streams coming in. You can earn money by referring people to us. You can become an affiliate. You can have a blog. You can do what I do and speak on YouTube. All of us want to connect. Most of the people like you, like me, that have an opinion are interested in someone else's opinion because it can gratify our own opinions. I've just said opinion about 30 times, but truly, if you have an opinion and you are into this trading and you have a computer, perhaps even a webcam, perhaps even you are just there with 5 minutes free, please connect to me. At the very minimum, I'll do my best to try and help your trade results improve. I'll try my best to try and give you the right sort of news and tools to get your account to a mathematical point where it's positive. And at the very minimum, I can show you ways to use your knowledge, your skill, and your actual behavior, your actual feel towards the market, your enthusiasm, and turn that into real ready money. My name's been the General Stone. I'm going to sit back, have my G Options cup of tea. I wish you a very great weekend, and I'll see you again, I hope, Monday. Bye for now.